Worldview presents 10 signs you can't trust someone, even if they seem nice and pleasant. Trust is one of the most fundamental requirements in any relationship. Trust will undoubtedly be a defining factor in any relationship, whether it is between you and your employer, a friend, your partner, or a family member. It is critical to the development of a strong bond and open lines of communication. Our relationships flourish when we trust others and they trust us back. And while everyone has instincts about whether or not to trust someone, we sometimes ignore those feelings. And if the relationship fails, we are forced to deal with the consequences. To avoid the anguish of broken trust, it's important to recognize the signs of an untrustworthy person. Here are a few red flags that someone may not be trustworthy. Number 1. They are extremely appealing. Meeting someone open and friendly may appear to be a sign of a trustworthy person, but there are a lot of people who can act charming. Underneath the sweetness, however, are usually some unsavory intentions, which are only revealed later, after you've already invested in the relationship. You will notice a pattern of their constant inquiries about you without revealing any information about themselves if you dig deeper behind their mask. The expected exchange of information between new acquaintances does not take place. Their true agenda will be revealed sooner or later, but leaving the relationship will be much more difficult. Number 2. They find it hard to imagine how others feel. People who lack empathy are far more adept at deceiving or harming others, and most untrustworthy people lack the ability to empathize with others. A compassionate person would be hesitant to harm another person because they can imagine the pain their actions might cause. It acts as a deterrent to harmful behavior. When someone is capable of, and even enjoys, they usually lack empathy when backstabbing or betraying others. They are unlikely to accept responsibility for their harmful actions and are unaware that they lack the ability to empathize. Untrustworthy people are self-serving, they only care about themselves and are unable to see beyond their own perspectives. Some people can even use empathy selectively, and only if it benefits them, making this trait even more difficult to detect. Observing how someone acts toward others, particularly those from whom they cannot benefit, reveals their true nature. When determining someone's trustworthiness, a lack of empathy is a red flag. Number 3. They violate confidentiality. You might recall when you say something to your childhood friend and swore them to secrecy, only for them to spill the beans a short time later. Of course, it felt terrible, and you quickly realized that not everyone can be trusted with a secret. Unfortunately, some people never learn the art of keeping a secret, even as they grow older, and it's a sure sign of untrustworthiness. Someone who tells secrets without blinking should not be trusted. They actively betray any trust placed in them by telling others what has been shared with them. And rest assured that whatever you tell them will be treated the same way. Your private information will eventually become public knowledge. A person like this might even enjoy discussing juicy tidbits shared in confidence with whoever they can. They are attempting to demonstrate their connections in the hopes of increasing their popularity or social standing. But let's get real. There can be no trust if basic confidentiality is not respected. Number 4. They are not sincere. It's safe to say that everyone has had dealings with someone like this. They are polite around you but gossip about you behind your back. This behavior extends to other people, so don't be surprised if they gossip about you. They're friendly and smiling one moment, then relentlessly gossiping the next. As soon as you notice this type of behavior, you should leave the relationship as soon as possible. Number 5. They abandon or betray you when you need them. In the open, maybe you know someone who seems to enjoy your company when you're just the two of you, but they're a completely different person when you're out in public. In fact, whenever you are in the presence of other people or a group of friends, a group that they are attempting to impress, they give you the cold shoulder and act as if you do not exist. This shifted behavior is usually an indication that someone's interest in you is fleeting and that they are only looking to gain something from you. The relationship ends in an instant when they get what they want or when it becomes clear that they will not get what they want. Number 6. They are inconsistent and unpredictable in their behavior. I don't just mean decisive. Let's be real. We're all a little indecisive at times, especially when it comes to trivial matters. and everyone changes their minds now and then, even when it comes to important matters. The distinction between indecisiveness and fickleness is that none of their decisions, no matter how important, can be trusted. They're inconsistent at best and untrustworthy at worst. It's a never-ending cycle of flip-flopping and making promises they can't keep. Their erratic emotions cause them to be unsure of any decision they make. In fact, whatever decisions they do make are likely to be influenced by external factors rather than their internal compass, which isn't as strong as it should be. The inability to stick to any decision, rather than the volatile emotional state, indicates untrustworthiness. However, when someone is constantly changing their mind, they lack accountability and reliability, which means you can't trust them. Number 7. They exhibit narcissistic characteristics. Narcissism makes it difficult to see other people's points of view. In essence, they are the most important thing, and everyone else's needs come second. A person like this can never accept responsibility for anything. They always blame others for their mistakes. Whatever it is, it will always be someone else's fault, because they can do no wrong in their eyes. It's not difficult to see why a person who exhibits narcissistic characteristics is untrustworthy. Number 8. They misuse their authority to take advantage of you. When an untrustworthy person gains your trust or has information on you, it is similar to blackmail. They will gradually begin to use it against you. It usually begins innocently. They will be nice to you, albeit a phony niceness. However, if you pay attention to your instincts, you may get a hint that something is off about this person, and your gut instinct will almost certainly be correct. So pay attention to how they interact with others. You'll probably notice a similar pattern. Perhaps it's best to leave sooner rather than later before they end up hurting you in some way. Number 9. They fail to keep promises. One of the most common indicators of dishonesty is consistent tardiness. Someone trustworthy will make every effort to arrive on time because they respect you. However, delays are sometimes unavoidable, and we may have to cancel plans. However, if this occurs, sending a quick message or informing the other person that you will be unable to attend is the responsible thing to do. If someone never makes an effort to be on time, never informs you that they will be late, or fails to appear at all, this is a clear sign of untrustworthiness. They have no regard for other people's time if they can change or cancel plans whenever they want and don't care about the consequences. They are unconcerned about how their actions affect others. If it occurs in a business setting, it is extremely unprofessional, and such behavior will undoubtedly undermine any trust. It will become clear that you cannot rely on your friends or family. As a result, you can't put your trust in them. Number 10. They are not being truthful with themselves. Untrustworthy people frequently have a significant disconnect from reality. They see themselves as saints when they are frequently the polar opposite. Any undesirable behavior will be twisted in their minds to fit their narrative. They will work hard to create a perception that corresponds to their desires. However, the way they see themselves and how they actually are diametrically opposed. Such a marked disconnect from reality is a clear indication of untrustworthiness, even if they are unaware of it. To be clear, we all exhibit some of these behaviors on occasion. No one is perfect. However, seeing more than one of these signs in a person on a consistent basis indicates that they are unlikely to be trusted. Ultimately, trusting your instincts is the best thing you can do for yourself. After all, their mission is to warn you and protect you. If you have a gut feeling that something is wrong with someone and that you shouldn't believe them, your intuition is probably correct. You can use the signs we just mentioned to validate your intuition, because removing untrustworthy people from your life will keep you from being harmed by them. What are your thoughts? Can you recall a time when you had a strong gut feeling that you shouldn't trust someone and ignored it? Our goal is to provide you with the best videos possible, and your likes and subscriptions help us do just that. So if you're enjoying this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.